You watched the Grammys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Were you there?
No.
Okay. What do you think about Kanye's, as an artist yourself, what do you think about Kanye's comments about artistry?
I respect how passionate Kanye is. I respect his, but I don't think it was too accurate, because if you respect artistry, you have to respect Beck. I listened to the Beck album.
Yeah, I did too.
In fairness, and before that, and I thought it was an amazing project.
I'm a Beck fan, period.
Yeah,
I've been a Beck since the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get on Beck until Loser, and I know people were like, but I think
that was one of his very early. That was his first hit record.
Yeah, so
you
I think
were pretty much there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think I was into Beck and Radiohead and all those REM and all those guys as well. And I was just kind of like what people in my neighborhood would consider a weirdo, because I like those type of records. But I don't think it was accurate. I just believe that he deserved to win, and also it was an incredible body of work. But also, it's like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't want to define nobody's artistry. People were saying, well, Beyonce has 16 writers on this song, and she did this and she didn't do that.
And that's what I was going to say.
I don't want to say that she's not as much of an artist because of that, because Michael Jackson also had a bunch of writers as well. And you can't question the fact that he was an amazing artist, an amazing talent, because
fair enough.
Anybody can't sing those songs and make them what they are, in her defense and in Kanye's defense as well. But I think some things are just in poor taste. Even though we're passionate about some things, I just think some things we should keep to ourselves and just feel those ways. That's just my personal opinion of it. And this is coming from a person who's a humongous Kanye fan, and Kanye is one of my favorite artists. I remember coming in the game and following Kanye around when we were on tour. I remember being like the little kid brother who used to, I used to go get girls for them and bring them to the back room, when I was on the tour with Usher and Kanye. So I look up to him and respect him very much. But with that being said, as a man, I have the right to say, I disagree with something, just like he has the right to say he disagreed with the whole Grammy board. I just didn't feel like that was fair to Beck, and he deserved his moment because he really put in a lot of work on that record.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I posted this thing up on my Instagram where it says Beck wrote, produced, and arranged all 13 songs on his album, played 16 instruments, is asked by Kanye to give his award to Beyonce. Beyonce plays 0 instruments, needed 16 songwriters, producers, and composers on her last album.
Wow, you said that. I heard that too.
And then, but here's the interesting part about when I put this up. Because, I put it up just to get a reaction. Not necessarily because I agree with it, because I think Beyonce is an incredible artist. You cannot take that away.
Do you believe she deserved that Grammy?
Do I believe she deserved that Grammy? Something, I have to listen to the Beck album more and really get into it and see and compare it artistically.
As a Beyonce fan,
because I thought Beyonce's last album was dope.
As a Beyonce fan, I think Beck deserved to win. I think that Beyonce is such an incredible artist. She's like one of the greatest artists ever of all time.
Yeah, I agreed.
I think I wanted to hear more songs from her. Me personally. Please, Beehive, do not come for me. I love Beyonce. I just wanted to hear some really, really great top line from her, with just a little bit more story to it. But I think she's an amazing artist. She did a great job on her project. But I think that he deserved to win for 2 reasons. One, I thought it was an amazing body of work, and also you got to understand you got to be voting members. The Grammy is not just some white guy sitting in the office being a racist, pointing his finger down. It's a voting. It's a situation where people vote, and we got to start encouraging artists, producers, writers, people to start joining the Grammy board and making a difference in voting and deciding who we want to win if we want to be able to have our voices heard.
I personally feel that the Grammy voting is flawed, and here's why. It's because every person on the Grammy committee can vote in any category, regardless of how involved,
educated
they are in the category. Sure, some people will sit down and listen to everything they vote on, but not being culturally connected to a certain culture will prevent you from understanding the significance of that culture.
Guess what? So many of us who not voting at all. So that could be flawed in our direction as well. We don't allow it. We don't even have the opportunity to have it flawed in our direction because we don't even vote. We don't even come to the meetings. We don't even take time to be a part of it. Me, I don't go to the meetings. That's how
you're
real
a part
I
of
am.
the problem.
I'm a part of the problem.
Okay.
That's how real I am with it. I'm never gonna point the finger. I'm gonna say me. But now, after seeing that, I'm making a conscious effort. They have a position open on the board that I'm running for, and I want to be a part of, because at the end of the day, I want my argument to have validity. I don't want to just come across as just like some angry black man. I know Kanye West is passionate about what he's saying. I understand what he's saying, but there's so many people who don't. I think I can help, and we all can help in that situation if we become a part of the solution and saying we want to be active in it. You know, we want to be active. And a lot of people think, so many black people were saying to me, I never heard that Beck album. It's so many things you never heard.
This is what I was about to say, is that when I posted it up, everyone said, I've never heard of Beck. Nobody knows who he is. He shouldn't have won. And I'm like, this man has sold 16 million albums.
Exactly. So many things you never heard of. I bet you never heard of Simon and Garfunkel. I bet you never heard of Ambrosia. I bet you never heard of...
Remember when Kanye dropped the song with Paul McCartney?
And they said, who is this Paul McCartney
No,
guy?
you know, wow, Kanye is so nice to be giving this guy,
new
Paul
artist.
McCartney, this new guy, Paul McCartney, some shine. He's probably going to be famous now. Like, I literally read this like one of the most famous people on earth.
One thing about me is I'm honest
the only
enough,
real Beatle that's left, you know?
I'm honest enough to say, I don't know. I'm honest enough to say that I wish my people had that ability to be honest enough to say, I don't really want to speak on that because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
know who Beck is, but
I'm gonna say I don't know who Beck is. I don't want to say anything and pass judgment. I would rather do my research. But we live in a culture of people who just say, "Who the fuck is Beck? I never heard of him."
It's racist.
Exactly.
It's because he's white.
Exactly. And well, a lot of things is because people are white. Though I agree with that. I believe that. You know.
Okay.
I believe that if you know, I don't want to get into all that, but I don't want to totally count that out. But I will say this. I wish we would educate ourselves more.
Okay.
I wish we wouldn't be so quick to jump and talk about things without really doing our research and our homework on. It's so quick. Like I always tell people, like especially in the urban community, it's never about who's telling the truth. It's about who said it first. Mm. I could go out right now on another publication and say a rumor about you, Vlad.
Yep.
And the first 100,000 people are not going to say, I heard that Vlad fucks chickens in his shed. They're not going to say, I heard. They're going to say, you know, Vlad be fucking chickens in his shed.
In his shed.
And then they're going to go and go and go. By the time the truth comes out, nobody's going to publicize, oh, well, you know, they cleared it up, there was a lie, and they did this and that. No.
It was a joke, yeah.
And guess how far they go? If somebody lies on me, that same person who lied on me could get on national TV and say, I apologize, I lied. And guess what they're going to say? Nah. He put him up to that.
He got paid off.
He got paid off. Because God forbid we believe anything positive about anybody. And that's the culture we live in. Yeah. That's why it's very important that we do our research and start giving people those opportunities to learn. I would rather somebody, like I said, I'm the type of guy that's going to say, bro, I can't even judge. I didn't even hear it. I don't even want to say nothing until I do my homework. But we don't do that. We just say, I never heard of him, so he must not be anybody.
Right.
By the way, most people never been outside their own city, so